The lights inside the StubHub Center burn white and unforgiving, washing over a crowd that buzzes with anticipation long before the first bell. Flags wave in pockets of red, white, and blue for Puerto Rico, while respectful applause greets the quiet pride of Japan. This is not just another fight night. It is a moment of reckoning for Miguel Cotto, a warrior whose name has echoed through boxing arenas for more than a decade. The music fades, the roar swells, and Cotto makes the walk with the weight of history on his shoulders. He has been champion before, fallen before, rebuilt himself before. A devastating left hook to the body once defined him. A punch that broke men down, piece by piece. A weapon he rediscovered under Freddie Roach after doubts crept into his career. Across the ring stands Yoshihiro Kamegai, a fighter forged in stubbornness and pain. A man who learned boxing by watching fights on television as a teenager in Japan, and decided that endurance would be his calling card. He is not here to outbox Miguel Cotto. He is here to test him, to drown him in pressure, to see if the Puerto Rican legend is still capable of enduring fire. As the referee calls them to center ring, gloves touch, instructions are given, and the atmosphere tightens. The crowd understands what is at stake, not just a title, but the answer to a dangerous question. Is Miguel Cotto still Miguel Cotto? When the bell rings, applause crashes like thunder, and the fight begins with a sense that something elemental is about to unfold. A clash between refined brutality and relentless will. From the opening seconds, the contrast in styles becomes unmistakable. Cotto settles into his stance, compact and balanced. Eyes locked forward, every movement economical. Kamegai storms ahead, shoulders hunched, chin daringly high, throwing punches with the urgency of a man who knows time is his enemy. Early rounds are a measured storm, Cotto establishing his jab, snapping it into Kamegai's face, then sliding a left hook into the body with surgical precision. Each thud echoes, and the crowd reacts sharply, aware of the damage such punches have inflicted throughout Cotto's career. Kamegai answers with his own left to the body, trying to mirror the legend's weapon, trying to show he belongs in this fire. Low blows spark brief warnings, emotions flare, and the fight settles into a gritty rhythm. Cotto boxes when he wants, stepping just out of range, then planting his feet to rip hooks with authority. Kamegai refuses to retreat, absorbing punishment that would wilt most fighters, rolling with shots, lifting his head, banging his gloves together as if daring Cotto to do worse. The pace is intense, the exchange is fierce, and already it's clear that skill favors Cotto while heart fuels Kamegai. The crowd senses it too. This is not competitive on paper, but it is compelling in spirit. By the end of the early rounds, the scoreboard quietly tilts toward Cotto, but the story unfolding in the ring is about far more than numbers. As the middle rounds arrive, the fight transforms into a brutal demonstration of persistence versus precision. Cotto begins to dig deeper into Kamegai's body, hooks downstairs, landing with sickening regularity, followed by crisp right hands upstairs. Uppercuts split the guard, counters snap Kamegai's head back, and yet he remains upright, smiling through blood, nodding as if to say he expected nothing less. This is where Kamegai's legend is forged, not through dominance, but through survival. He has absorbed hundreds of power punches in past wars, and tonight he leans into that reputation, believing pressure can still break even the most polished champion. He throws in bunches, not always with full power, but with determination, hoping fatigue will do what punches cannot. Cotto, however, is composed, experienced, and ruthless. He rolls with shots, subtly fouls when needed, then punishes exaggeration with punishing hooks. The crowd grows louder with every exchange, gasping as Kamegai absorbs combinations that seem inhuman. Commentators marvel at how he's still standing, how his body refuses to betray him. Through 5, 6, 7 rounds, the pattern remains relentless. Cotto landing cleaner, heavier shots. Kamegai marching forward without fear or respect. It is a clinic in inside fighting by Cotto, but also an exhibition of unbreakable resolve by Kamegai. Every round blends seamlessly into the next, a continuous test of will that refuses to produce a collapse. By the late rounds, fatigue creeps into every movement, yet the drama only intensifies. Kamegai continues to charge, throwing the hardest punches he has left, landing the occasional right hand that earns a roar from the crowd. But each moment of success is answered brutally. Cotto fires thunderous straight rights, hooks to the head, then returns downstairs as if reading from a well-worn script, written over years of championship battles. The referee watches closely, the corner debates intervention, and the audience rises to its feet, torn between admiration and concern. This is no longer about who will win, that has been decided. It is about how much punishment a man can endure in the name of pride. Kamegai refuses to bend, refuses to fall, earning a standing ovation before the final round even begins. The bell for the 12th rings, and the crowd roars its appreciation, sensing the end of something rare. Cotto remains disciplined, sharp, stepping and countering, while Kamegai throws everything left in his body, desperate for a miracle that never arrives. Each exchange feels like a tribute to boxing's raw essence, skill meeting sacrifice, control meeting chaos. When the final bell sounds, the arena erupts, not in shock, but in respect. Both men have given everything within their nature. As the scorecards are read, the verdict is inevitable. Unanimous decision for Miguel Cotto, crowned WBO junior middleweight champion of the world once more. Applause rains down as Cotto raises his hands, his legacy reaffirmed, his power and precision still intact. Yet, just as loudly, the crowd salutes Yoshihiro Kamegai, the man who would not fall, who turned punishment into honor, who proved that courage can stand toe-to-toe with greatness, even in defeat. In that ring in Carson, California, boxing reveals its soul. Not just victory, not just defeat, but the shared respect between fighters who understand the cost of every punch and the honor of surviving 12 rounds under unforgiving lights.